into the iris.
Hey, you crazy internet people! This is Forever Your Guru AJ speaking. Welcome to another Candid. Is this 10 or 11?
I think it's 11.
Welcome to Candid 11. And if it's not, it is now. No. Oh no, it's Candid 11.
400 years.
I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, so we've got some interesting things to talk about. One is, oh my goodness. Goodness. Let me see here. I had some issues the other day. If you're following with the channel, then you know that we just started a Let's Play of Fallout 3. And I was having issues getting the DLC to load up correctly on my Xbox One. So I ended up calling technical support through Xbox to walk me through how to completely manually reset my Xbox. So that hopefully that was a problem. And apparently it was a problem. I found Zer, by the way.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything useful. Ever. He doesn't have Vex.
The Vex. I don't need Vex. I need that other thing that he will never have.
Icebreaker.
The breaker, yeah. So, yeah, I don't have the icebreaker yet. So, I'm on the phone.
And he just so happened to get unlucky on something.
Yeah. And I really am lazy with it. I think I've actually tried for it 4 times and then said, heck with it. But, so I was talking with the customer service there, and one of the ladies, I was talking about how, yeah, I own some systems, and I was explaining the whole history of how Fallout New Vegas isn't technically made by the same company, although it's owned by Bethesda and all this kind of stuff. And she was like, wow, you really like video games. And I was like, well, you asked about it. And she goes, yeah, but you actually even know. I was like, yeah, I have a YouTube channel. I do a lot of stuff, and I try to stay in the know. And she goes, well, have you heard of the Xbox Scorpio? And I really wanted to reach through the phone and slap her in the face. Because no...
I know. Please inform me about this mysterious machine.
Right. What is this scorpion you talk of? No, but any self-respecting YouTuber is gonna know about what the heck Xbox Scorpio is, right?
Wait a second, I might buy another ship from...
Okay, do what you gotta do.
What's her face?
So she was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, I've got all the rest of them, and I will be reserving the Xbox Scorpio. And I was like, yeah, because notoriously, right after your expo that you do at E3, then it goes up for reserve. And she goes, oh,
for like 10 nanoseconds.
yeah, and then it's sold out. But that's not the case this time.
Oh?
No.
No way.
It will happen in July. I don't think she was supposed to let that slip, but if you found out, you can quote me on it. She said that there is going to be a large reveal with a lot more info and specs and the reserve. Now, this could be a total troll by this person, but I seriously doubt that an Xbox employee customer service employee would go ahead and try to troll me on that. So
I'd be surprised.
Yeah, probably. You never know.
You know a lot about video games. Let me go ahead and ask you something.
Where's the remote?
For your TV?
Yes.
That's all right.
Oh, it's right here.
Let me go ahead and ask you something. Have you heard about this really neat thing that I'm going to completely lie to you about now?
Yeah. Not exactly how it works out for them. But, okay, so there's supposed to be a really big reveal thing that they're going to do, because apparently they are going to talk about Scorpio. But I don't think they're going to give the date yet at E3. The reason why, from what I'm gathering from this lady at customer service at Xbox, is that they don't want to compete with all the rest of the crap. Okay? Because there's a lot that goes down in that time period. And so in July, not June, there's going to be a big Xbox something or other that they're doing.
So kind of like something that Nintendo recently did.
Kind of like a Nintendo reveal type of thing.
That's
Nintendo does one of their treehouse things all the time. You know?
Yeah.
So we should have some more information about that. Now, don't get me wrong. That's not AJ saying don't get ready on Amazon or Best Buy or GameStop or wherever you reserve. for that time that it's going to go on reserve at E3. I'm just saying, if it doesn't, it's going to happen in July, and I guarantee it. So let's hear it for really bad employees. Although she was really helpful, she told me exactly what I needed to do, so that was a really good thing. And that is why we have our Fallout 3 Let's Plays happening right now. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Number 1 is up there. I get out of the vault. I think there's some really funny parts in it because I know Fallout 3 very, very well. So does Joel. I'm trying to get Joel to possibly do one of them, one of the Fallouts. I don't know.
I'll probably try and do New Vegas for you guys.
Woo! There we go.
That's the one that I played the most of, and I enjoy it. It's fun.
Good times. Good times.
We need to go back to the tower for some arc weapons.
Is it Arc?
It's arc burn.
We'll go to the tower.
Yeah,
Friends don't let friends play without arc weapons, apparently. So yeah, we have a potential time that the Xbox Scorpio, or whatever it's really going to be named, will have a final release.
It's still called Project Scorpio?
It's still called Project Scorpio right now. And we don't really know what it's going to be. Everyone keeps saying Scorpio, just like everyone kept saying Nintendo Next until it finally became the Switch.
The NX.
Yeah,
They
NX.
were calling it for the longest time, and they what did they call the PS4? They called that something different too. They had some weird
Morpheus, man.
Oh yeah, Morpheus.
Or was it Morpheus? Neo. It was either Neo or Morpheus, because Morpheus or Neo was what the VR was. So they were all called something different.
Yeah.
Project Morpheus.
I think that was the VR.
Yeah. Okay. So Project Neo was the was the other one. So that's kind of cool whenever developers do that. Besides that,
I really hope they don't call it the Xbox 2.
oh god.
That'd be so annoying.
No, they wouldn't call it the Xbox 2 because it's still in the same console generation.
Yeah.
Oh, we may
Xbox
be getting
1.5.
we may be getting PS5 as early as next year.
Which is absolutely bonkers.
It is absolutely bonkers, but here is the reasoning behind it. I think we won't, but we might. So because of the fact that Sony and Xbox are now 100% PC architecture, okay? They're just dumbed down piece of crap computers. They really are. They're piece of crap computers that never change, so developers can get really low level on the hardware and squeak out every last little piece instead of having to write a game that can work on an umpteen amount of different drivers or different things that they need, right? So you can get a lot of performance out of something like that, but truthfully, you're looking at about $350 worth of computer parts, okay? We're still on the PS4 Pro and the Xbox Scorpio, don't care if you believe me or not, you're still operating on 2009 for the Pro and 2010 architecture for video cards. That's all your video cards are.
Yeah.
And you're probably 2012 for the chips. And they actually had some people, I'm putting it right down, guys, I'm putting it right here, because some of you didn't watch that video that I put out about why we're actually being limited in the 4K 60 frames a second.
Why we won't get 4K 60.
Right. It's because even the Scorpio can't do it.
So you can go ahead and pause the video here and go watch it and get the full explanation.
Right.
And
because
then rejoin us. We'll give you something.
And no, it's because of the fact of the video cards are not the only problem. Okay, you can have really powerful video cards and stick them in a 2010 CPU, and it's going to bottleneck the frame rate. Because a game like Destiny, think about it. When you shoot something and it blows up, there's like a million little particles and all kinds of other stuff. And it's not just stuff you did. There's smoke effects, there's grass moving, there's what
Water
your
movements.
other players are doing. You know, the system has to keep track of up to 12 different players moving in PvP, plus everything you're shooting,
Well,
which
thankfully,
adds more and more.
inside the new PvP that they're gonna be doing, it's gonna be 8.
Yeah, 4 is the highest one,
That's gonna be kind of nice.
and it's all cloud based now. There's no peer on for servers. It won't be.
That's nice.
It won't be a peer type of thing on that. There is some still stuff that's peer. I don't know what the heck it is. But yeah, the reason why you can't do 4K 60 hertz is because of the fact that the processors in both of them are not high enough with the GPUs mixed in, okay? We're not getting 1080s in this machine, okay?
As much as we would like it.
Right. I mean, the Scorpio is probably going to launch for around $400 to $500, okay?
Yeah, we'd pay for a 1080 inside those suckers, though.
Oh, we would because we're stupid. But it is what it is. But the fact of the matter is that a 1080, right? Just a regular 1080. And I'm going to blow your mind after this if you don't know anything about video cards. A regular NVIDIA GTX 1080 right now, Joel has one in his computer, I have one in my computer, cannot run Destiny 4K in respectable settings at 60 hertz.
That's the trick, though. Respectable setting.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
If you lower everything to bare minimums,
and then it looks like crap.
just about any computer can run it. But we're trying to get things that actually look nice.
Right, and any respectable company that's going to put out a console game wants you to be in at least what they would call medium settings. It cannot do that. It cannot run Destiny in medium settings. Okay, so here's the deal. The system that they had, right, at the reveal was actually running one of the brand new versions, Gen 2 of the 7700K from the i7 7700K from Intel. Okay, if you don't know about it, they did some revision work on the i7 7700K and made it a little. They tweaked it a little bit. There were some problems. I think all they really did was change the BIOS. But so, are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, geez, man, you can tell me these things.
I was letting you talk.
Well, I can talk and fly. So,
Not true.
not true at all. You're correct, sir. So, so they had a really good processor, which is on magnitude, I think, 3 or 4 times more powerful than technically the PS4 Pro is, and at least 3 times more powerful than the Xbox Scorpio will be in processing power.
Yeah.
Okay, so much more than what they have right there. Also, man, I really want to do that. We don't have the thing. Where is it?
There it is.
No, Nightfall? We're doing the Nightfall?
I thought this is what we were doing.
We can't do the Nightfall. I only got 2 people. You're a jerk.
Yeah, because it's void burn on the other stuff.
What a goof. Well, that's what you get for it. Okay, so so they had that processor and a 1080 Ti. Okay, a 1080 Ti graphics card costs $700. That costs more than the system you're about to go buy, and it in 4K high settings struggled to keep the 60 frames per second. It stuttered every once in a while. They reported it stuttering. They wouldn't let you see it because they didn't want console players getting envy. But yeah, so that's what happened. It stuttered.
They didn't want console players getting envious of stutter.
No, they didn't want console players getting envious of how beautiful it looked. And the fact of the matter is that the stream that they did maxed out at 1080p anyway. So you wouldn't have seen a difference there, and it would have caused a lot of problems.
Yeah.
But understand that a much better system than anything we've ever had struggled to actually run 4K 1080, 4K 60 hertz in that game. So that's insane when you think about it. Just the sheer amount of what it needed to do. And we expect it in a $400 package. It's just never gonna happen like that. I wish it would. I really did.
It will. It will. The only problem is when it does happen, it's gonna be years from now. Whenever, on PC, you're gonna have way better stuff.
But the fact of the matter is right now, Joel, and maybe you'll be able to say yay or nay to that. But right now, it really does look like that we keep going higher and higher in technology's sake, right? Just because we can. But we are at a point now where technology is vastly going greater or growing greater than what than the end product can handle. Like we can now give literally with two 1080 Ti's running an SLI, we can do something like 8K. There is one monitor somewhere, I don't even know where
It's
that
outrageously
is.
expensive.
Yes, that's the point. The average consumer can't even imagine being able to afford something like that.
And we're not talking a large monitor either, guys.
No. Oh
We're
no.
not talking about something that you hang on your wall and, you know, watch from across the room.
I just died, Jim.
Yeah, it's a
Why am I dying? It's Void. Are they shooting Void? No. Oh, the Void. The okay. So yeah, I mean this is like I think it's a 32-inch monitor actually for the 8K. And that monitor alone is something like $14,000, right?
Yeah.
So it's ridiculous. And that's where we are. And people are expecting something like that. Like we, to this day, are just starting to get 4K monitors that can pull above 60 hertz now.
Yeah.
Like we have some high refresh rate monitors that are doing 75 and 100. And
120.
I think it's the highest one that I've seen, and that pulls some major power that you need. Oh,
It has its own brain.
yeah, and it's crazy.
Yeah, interestingly enough, guys, we're getting back to power bricks for our things.
For a monitor, there's monitors out right now that actually need more power than the computer plugged to them. Right? That's nuts. But that's why we can't run it. We can't run it because our expectations aren't realistic anymore. And it's true. I mean, literally, like, I joined the conversation with one other YouTuber that I follow. I won't say his name right now just because I didn't ask him. So we were talking about some of this stuff. You know what? I just realized, even after I made fun of you, I put on ARC stuff. And I was wondering why I was not killing this stuff. I was like, come on, man, this is ridiculous. Why is it taking so much? Well, that's why it's taking so much.
I swapped as much as I could over to Void.
Yeah, I've got it all for you now.
Oh!
Yeah,
He's small behind us.
he does. So, so that's the issue, guys. We just want more than what we can actually afford right now in...
That's the thing. It's not that the technology isn't there for it, it's that us being able to afford said technology
I'm back in the wall.
isn't quite there.
Right. And it's not even in a finalized good format yet. Well, he revived you, so just run over here.
yeah.
Try to hide. No, Joel,
I'm trying to run.
do the hide thing. Don't try to revive me. Just
I'm not
get
trying to
behind
revive
the
anybody.
wall. Yeah, just get behind the wall.
Y'all did.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up in like 6 seconds. Okay, so it's so hard to do these candids, guys. We love doing this, but at the same time, it's ridiculous to try to do a candid and actually pay attention to what you're doing. It's so much easier to do a let's play, right, than a candid in this type of setting.
Yeah, but it's not as much fun.
No, it's not.
I honestly really enjoy the candids.
Yeah. I don't know if anyone else does, but I do, and that's pretty. Oh my gosh, I hate the fact that they nerfed the crap out of these hand cannons, man. Remember when hand cannons used to be like sniper rifles?
Yeah,
Which is totally not
use
true.
all the time.
In real life, it should not be like that. I totally understand this. That does not mean that I don't want it.
Yeah, this is space magic.
Yes.
Give me the amazing stuff that I shouldn't need.
Wow. I don't even know why I'm shooting this kind of stuff. But okay, so that's enough about that subject. But we know that it's coming out, so that'll be so cool when it does come out. Destiny 2, We also know a lot more about the weapon systems and how secondary slots are going to be anything that has a burn. Your first slot is anything that doesn't have a burn.
Once again, AJ did a video on it.
Yep.
He broke it down pretty good. Go ahead and watch it. It's really pretty in depth.
Yep. That's all I can say. Oh my gosh, I just threw my one thing that I needed to bring back.
To save yourself, yeah.
No, I just threw it at the freaking guy because it was
but
void.
you threw the thing that you
Yeah,
needed
to save myself, yes.
to hide with, yeah.
Right. But that's fine, there's nothing up here, nothing. It all ran away from me there. There we go. So the weapons are going to be pretty interesting. There are no more heavy machine guns, they're gone. But guess what?
They have a Gatling gun though.
You know what the Gatling gun is actually called nowadays? An auto rifle. It's an auto rifle. Yeah. We now have Gatling gun auto rifles, so don't worry about it. Heavy machine guns are still there. You just don't even have to use them in the freaking heavy anymore. I think they tweaked the damage a little bit on them to make it more in line with what an auto rifle was. But I'm sorry, you can't tell me that it's an auto rifle if I have to hold it with two hands like this. That is not an auto rifle, man. That is a wonderful Gatling.
This is my belt-fed auto rifle.
This is my shoots 50 caliber auto rifle. That's one hell of an auto rifle.
I'd buy it. Fast money.
Dude, what? If I could get that past the commission, just tell them, oh yeah, it's an auto rifle. It should be fine, right?
Oh, you wouldn't have to get it past any commission. We live in America, guys. In America, you can own whatever weapon you want legally. You might not be able to own the ammunition or be able to legally use said weapon, but you can own it.
And in some cases, you can't even have it put together, but you can own it.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Welcome to America.
I guess they did that for a lot of the collectors.
It's not just collectors. It's people that inherited things. People that collect stuff. People that trade across borders.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of cool stuff out there. I think all of our oh my gosh. I think all of our audience is still from America right now. I think. But if you're not, now you know.
Well, we did have that one strike that came from out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
At least to us, you were in the middle of nowhere, sir.
Yeah, Mr. For all I can understand, doesn't even want to respond anymore, so that's kind of cool. Whatever. I think I got trolled just by somebody that was hoping that I would freak out and then get a copyright strike on the channel. So I have absolutely no copyright strikes. I fought it because it was ridiculous. By the way, I do have permission to edit that video.
Nice.
Yeah, so if he copyright strikes it again, I'm just going to go down. But either way, if you guys don't know, somebody from another country copyright striked my video that I did on the second to last Let's Play of Horizon Zero Dawn. For one cutscene, he tried to copyright strike saying that he had the permission for a cutscene, which, oh my gosh, it's that was fun. How'd you get that? Phalanx, and then another Phalanx hit me, like, the Phalanx hit me into the air, and then another Phalanx hit me, and then threw me off it. Yeah, it's pretty special, you know, space magic. Oh, well, there's my that's awkward. So, yeah. Bottom line, the weapons are all functioning pretty cool. We're gonna have auto rifles, hand cannons, fusion rifles, now grenade launchers, which work a lot like a rocket, except it's gonna have an arc. Okay, it's gonna be lobby. So if you shoot it straight like you normally shoot a rocket, so it's not going to go...
More like a grenade launcher you'd see in something like Call of Duty or in real life, instead of fusion rifles that we had that had grenades attached, like the Telescope.
Yep.
That's going to be pretty cool, dude. I don't know about you, but I would definitely abuse that in PvP.
Some people were trying to. PvP doesn't work very well for them. Their destructive range is very limited.
Really?
Yeah, it might be 3 feet.
So it's an impact deal. How
Well,
interesting.
it's just a small
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
projectile.
You have to make an impact with it for it to really.
Pretty much. I mean, you can, like, if you hit next to someone's feet, you'll do it, but don't expect too much more than that. You know?
I wonder how strong the art is.
It's a pretty strong arc, dude. Like if you want to cover some major distance, you got to be aiming almost at the sky.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. If I'm aiming really, really high, will it come back down on like the other side of the map, or will it still
Yes.
shoot off of the map?
I mean, you have to adjust your own arc, but I'm pretty sure you can get it to go across the map. Because I mean, that was in Destiny 1. Like, there's all kinds of videos of people just lobbing a grenade, and then just hearing that they took out the entire other
Party
side of
down.
the team.
Double kill.
Yeah, triple! Ah, I can't believe it! Some crap like that.
Whatever else he said.
Yeah, it was awesome. Basically what I think. Oh gosh, well I totally forgot about the wizard. I was going for the one night, and then the wizard was their rapid fire, awesome, I'm gonna bust you in the face stuff.
Yeah. They're nasty.
Come on.
They cut her shield.
Yeah, you did. I pulled out that dread and just started going, hey, look, I'm hard. So yeah, we'll have that. There seems to be, like, there was a lot of speculation, like, oh, there's going to be so many types of swords. But I don't think that's how it works. I think there's all kinds of swords, but
But the warlock gets more.
well, the warlock will have at least one more because she gets the warlock. I say she because all cool warlocks are girls apparently. I don't know.
All the warlocks I ever made with girls.
I don't know, man. But we hold all the swords differently, guys. It's not that there is different swords, although there are some different swords. But like if you're a titan, you hold the sword like it's a friggin' claymore. Okay? If you're a warlock, you'll hold this. Oh, crap, guys. Seriously.
Comes around the side of you.
Okay, look, I'm just gonna come over here and you do your own thing.
Yeah.
So
For some dumb reason.
okay.
I've been playing what was it, Mass Effect Andromeda, and Circle in Mass Effect Andromeda is a dodge, and I don't have the shade step on for my character here, so dodge did not happen for me
Nope.
at all.
Nope. Okay, so like I was saying, everyone holds the sword differently. You hold it like a katana. I believe if you're I believe you hold it like a katana if you're a warlock, and I believe you hold it like a regular one-handed sword if you're a hunter.
Interesting.
But I think
The,
all the
warlock,
swords were all the same.
the warlock wasn't holding, or maybe that's just the super that the
Yeah, the
warlock
super
holds.
is a totally different sword.
Okay.
Yeah, totally different sword. So, and that super naturally has to work differently too. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's not one of those things. What? I shot that dude. It didn't even hit him. Oh my gosh, guys! How am I the last one again? I need to not die some. Why are you out there?
I got
Why
stuck.
coming? Oh jeez. Oops. I'm like running around over here killing the guys in the final area. I was kind of wondering what the heck's going on.
Yeah, that's
I see that also. Oh gosh. There are definitely snipers, and they are shooting the
Let's
arcs.
go ahead and.
Yep, that's a great one. No, stolen will. Stolen will for Void, man. It's
Yeah,
Void.
boy, I forgot.
Boy. It's not a good topic. So yeah. Swords will work basically the same way. They go in your heavy slot, you know. So use them in the heavy slot. You'll be good to go. Games that were really sad aren't coming out. You know any of them that got pushed?
Any of them that got pushed?
Yeah.
No, I really don't.
Red Dead Redemption is no longer this year. There's till next year. It got canceled out till next year.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm very upset about that. I was really looking forward to doing a Let's Play on that. More than you know, actually. I really want that. So, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what we've got. Joel, make sure you pay attention for when these guys are going to spawn, because we need to have tethers, and we need to have tethers one after another. We got to make sure that we
The guys in the back where you are? Or?
Yeah, like these guys are. Because if we don't, you know how they're going to spawn.
I'm talking about the ones.
I hit him, Joel. I hit him. I did the thing.
I shot him in the face.
No, you didn't. No.
It was a rocket.
Oh, you did. That's nice. So yeah, you know, just a lot of cool stuff like that. You know, no Red Dead Redemption on time.
What are they gonna be calling that one?
Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, just straight Red Dead, dude.
Yeah. Also, Last of Us guaranteed coming out
With a sequel.
with a real sequel, a real continuation.
So nice.
Real continuation sequel. Which I don't know how many of you followed anything with that game, but we were all hoping for a real sequel to that game because there was so much story there. And
it's a Naughty Dog game, guys. Come on.
Yeah,
If you're not following Naughty Dog and keeping up with what they're doing, what are you doing?
yeah, I mean they pretty much make the games that everyone wants to play. At least I want.
Oh, yeah, at some point in time, you played a Naughty Dog game.
You may not even know
that they made more of it.
That's another problem that I have found with Naughty Dog. You always wish that they made more of these games, and they just, I don't know. Oh, here's something awesome. Squaresoft?
Yeah.
Yeah, Square Enix now? Yeah. Guess what they're doing with their video games, guys? They are planning right now that every game in the future will be microtransactions.
Oh dear God.
Even freaking Final Fantasies are all going to be microtransaction to death. Guaranteed.
Like, what microtransactions are they putting? Seriously, why?
They're going to give you an episode, and then if you want more to that, you're going to have to buy DLC. And if you want special missions and clothes and everything that used to be something cool that you go and quest for, you will now have to pay for that.
Guys, this is why we buy deluxe editions?
No. Tough. Gone.
What?
Yep, they literally said that the reason they're doing this is because they can make more money doing it this way, so they will forever have it so that you have to buy those certain items in games now. Every single Square Enix game to come out now, that means that the Final Fantasy's coming out, that means that, what's the other one that everyone likes that's Disney? Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, yeah.
The new Kingdom Hearts game is going to be that same...
I just can't stomach that much Disney.
It's a really good game.
That's what I've heard. I just cannot stomach that much Disney.
Yeah. It's great. Great game. But yeah, so everything from them is going to be microtransactions. And guess who else? Ubisoft.
Well,
They've been doing it for a while. They have been doing it for a while.
You would kind of expect that from movie. As well as EA. EA does that with everything.
Right. Guess when we're getting Final Fantasy VII?
Oh, I heard this. I should know it, but...
Possibly as late as 2020.
That's sad.
Oh god. Oh my god, I didn't know.
I did that.
You did a thing.
Yeah, I died. It was less awesome than this
I died. Holy crap, I barely even tickled that dude. That didn't even tickle him, man. I was shooting and half of them said immune even though there was no collision area right there. Thanks, collision detection. You're my hero. Screwed it up for everybody.
since Finnegan's has been a thing.
Yeah, bad coding though. Bad coding.
Collision detection has been a horrible problem for gamers and programmers ever since they started making it.
So yes.
Back whenever Palm first came out, that was actually one of the features. Was an area of the game that you couldn't go to, that you would try to hit the little dot into to score points. Your little paddle would hit a collision barrier that didn't reach the top of the screen, so your paddle stopped her.
Wow.
I'm a
Nice. Wow, actually, glad you died.
I did.
Oh, too soon! I'm coming up with a shock.
Yeah, I also did.
Okay, so, yeah, so games are getting pushed out way too far now. I mean, like, we're talking about.
But hopefully it helps lessen the bug flow.
I don't even care about the bug flow anymore. Okay, so here's the thing. 2000, by the end of 2018, they are saying right now from an insider at Squaresoft, or Square Enix. Sorry, I keep calling them Squaresoft because it was Enix and Squaresoft for a long time.
Well, for ages it was Squaresoft, and then they started going bankrupt and made Final Fantasy, and they're like, hey, we made money on this.
Yeah, pretty much out of it. Hey, he died! I threw it in your hand.
Yeah.
Sleep, you're gonna go back.
Yeah, I'm looking
Yeah, I can't do it.
Oh, yeah, you were.
Oh,
It happens.
there you go.
I did.
Okay, so yeah, Kingdom Hearts will be out
But the Vex will
in
never cease
in 2018. By the end of 2018, if
until we can understand.
they are, hey, look, I got my little. If it's ready or not, is what they said.
Yeah, I got one too.
Because they have to do it. They have to get it out for some odd reason. I don't know why. That it has to come out in 2018, but it will come out no matter what. So he said that they're planning on releasing a broken game,
Which I can't stand.
which they will fix along the way.
That's
Because you will buy it because you want it. Because it's Kingdom Hearts and you can't get enough of it, and you guys are addicted to crack, which is Kingdom Hearts.
and that's a problem that we really need to work out of our industry, guys.
Oh my god.
Before internet connected games consoles and internet based games were around, when a developer shipped a game,
It was finished.
that was it.
Right? Yeah.
If it was broken, if there was a broken part in it,
Yeah.
they either lived with it, or they refunded customers, or they went out of business. That's just how it happened.
Yeah, or they had to do some massive stuff where they actually had it where you had to mail in and they would mail you back a disc.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, I remember. Command and Conquer, I'm telling on myself, but Command and Conquer, Red Alert, and before that, Command and Conquer 95.
Yeah.
Command and Conquer Gold, I think is what they called it. It shipped broken.
To everyone.
And Westwood, now it's owned by EA, and they don't even do anything with the Command and Conquer
Nope,
franchise.
they are.
Well, they're
Come
talking
out
about
with
putting
a,
it back up, right?
like a bundle. Command
Oh.
and Conquer bundle.
Another bundle? They've already had them all bundled before. I own the bundle. It's not in this room. It's in another room. I have the whole damn bundle.
It's EA. What do you expect, guys? What do you expect?
I guess. Oh, hey, look, I got a treasure box and it's stuck somewhere else but where I'm at. Okay, so let's go to the top. Yeah, so it was broken. And Westwood at the time, the company that owned it, literally started advertising in some places, and then after a while started putting the disc in the box with it. But what would end up happening is that every time your game would play, it would have a black screen whenever there was a video.
Yep.
So you couldn't tell what the heck you were supposed to do in some cases. You can hear the audio, but you couldn't see anything visual in the game. It was kind of ridiculous. And then when the game played, you could still play the game.
Yeah.
Which, and
If you're able to
It was
figure
fun.
it out,
yeah,
due to just trial and error or
Yep.
listening really good, which we were ADD, we didn't do the listening part. So,
I had a friend that wasn't ADD though.
oh, he did the listening for you?
I beat him up, but yeah, he did a lot of listening. Yeah, yeah, and then we figured it out. And this is kids. And adults, tell me in the comments if you remember doing this. If you ever lived in a really populated neighborhood, like I did when I was younger.
And say no.
Yeah. So I was I believe 12 at the time, right? Command and Conquer 95 is out. I am running back and forth from my house 2 blocks down. Okay, this is a. Oh my gosh, what was that? I ran over a quarter of a mile straight to get to my friend's house, right? So the way that Command and Conquer worked is that it had a flaw. Okay, they only shipped you
2 Command and Conquer 2. You're talking about?
Command and Conquer 1, the original Command and Conquer.
Oh, okay, for the land play you're talking about?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So the way that it worked is that they gave you 2 discs when you bought it, right? But whenever you would put the disc in, it would check for the disc. Whenever you wanted to do an online LAN party thing, it would check for the disc right at the beginning and then never check for it again. So if you put the disc in your disc tray, started up your session, ran over to your friend's house, put it in his, ran over to the other friend's house, okay? We had an 8-person thing happen one time, and then you prayed. And son, you prayed a lot. Because this is not in the days, guys, of high-speed internet. This was days of, well, you know, I mean, it was high speed for us. I had a 56K modem, and that was amazing. But you had to pray that you did not get a phone call. Because if you got a phone call, you got kicked off. And you weren't allowed to do that star 68 is what it was. It was star 68 to block incoming calls, star 69 to call the person back, which was really dirty when you think about it. Yeah, okay, we're not going to go there.
Get you right back.
Right, get you right to the same spot. But yeah, like star 68 would block your phone call, and don't do star 68 because when your parents came home, you had a really nice conversation of why they tried to call you for 3 hours and they couldn't get in touch with you. I did that one time. It went bad. I think I got punished and not allowed to do anything for like a month. Because a client called my dad and he couldn't get through. And I forgot to take the star 68 off because I think it stayed on for like 24 hours once you did it unless you took it back off. So enough about that. But that's how we had to do it. And it literally took me a half an hour to run to everybody's house with the discs to get 8 people there. And I guarantee you within 10 minutes of starting every single time, somebody would get kicked. And if you got kicked,
that was it.
The only thing you could do, because you couldn't get back in once the game had started, is to go run over to your friend's house and watch him play until he got kicked. And then run over to the other guy's house. I don't think we ever played a freaking game that we actually finished with 8 people. It was always like 2 or 3 people that got lucky left. And we'd have to go and run over there and see it.
And watch who got to beat the other guy.
Right, yeah, you know, and be like, oh, I could have done that. Because it's so easy to say something like that when you're not playing anymore.
You can backseat drive all you want.
What? I did.
We all did.
But you know what, guys? Okay, we've rattled on enough. This has been Forever Your Guru, AJ, and
Joel.
We'll see you next time.